Hey there, it's Sebastian. I am filming a new video because I want to talk about dropshipping. This is a familiar topic on my channel. More specifically though, I want to discuss the old way of dropshipping and how a lot of dropshippers right now are lying to you. Even some of my friends, a lot of the people I know in the dropshipping space, they're posting weird content that isn't specific to what you actually need to actually succeed with dropshipping. And I'm saying this being someone who's done dropshipping since 2017. So everything I'm saying is not something that I just discovered one day that I have no experience with. I've gone through this for a while and I'm now at the point where my overall hypothesis was validated. So I want to talk about the old way of dropshipping and how it is a complete lie, and then give you a little bit of context for the new way so that by the end of this video, you will know exactly what I'm talking about and hopefully have a new outlook on exactly how to dropship. So let me actually zoom out a little bit. We're in my $2 million house that was paid for by dropshipping. So there is the proof, but here's what we're gonna talk about, okay? Dropshipping as a whole. Here is the old roadmap that every single person who has ever made a YouTube video on dropshipping for the most part gives you. And it is okay. I'm not saying it doesn't work. However, it could be significantly better. And after I go over this, I'll show you exactly what I mean. So every single person says you need to find a winning product, and that is fine, right? Like you find a winning product, you make sure it's winning, but that kind of doesn't make sense because if you're a beginner, how do you find a winning product if you don't know what a winner is? So we'll get to that in a second, but you get to finding a winning product. That is the starting point. After that, you make a website. Very simple. You build out a Shopify store. You can make one with my link in the description. Very shameless plug. Shopify's a G and they gave me an affiliate link. So use it in the description if you do want to dropship. But after that, you then test the product with paid ads. And if it doesn't work, you retry. You try a different product out, maybe pick a different niche until something, you hope something works. And then at that point, you move on, you scale ads and you get rich. That is the old way of dropshipping. And it's so crazy that everyone's been doing like exactly this when I am now realizing that it is very, very flawed. And so what do I mean? Like, how is it flawed? What is the new way of doing this? And first off, why is this bad? Because a lot of people are blind to this fact that this is not a good roadmap. It's very flawed. A lot of people talk about dropshipping. They don't even do it themselves. They don't even make the money from dropshipping. It's all just from making ad revenue on YouTube and all of that. And so how could they have an actual roadmap that is what you need? That is something to keep in mind. But why is this flawed? Well, as a beginner, if you are going to be starting dropshipping, how on earth, just hear me out, how on earth could you find a winning product? I'm being completely genuine. How could you, as a beginner who has never tried dropshipping before, how could you go out and listen to me or someone online saying, guys, first step, find a winning product? I've done this myself, so I'm calling myself out. How could you listen to that and then go online and say, I'm gonna find a winning product when you've never done it? It's like if I have, my phone out here and I'm like, oh, hey, there's a blind person right here. I'm talking to this blind person. I'm like, take down my phone number. It's right here. And I'm showing them my phone number on my phone, and they're like, I can't read it, I'm blind. It's the same exact thing. Like people are telling you, find a winning product, and you're like, shit, I don't know what a winning product is. Sure, I could tell you, cooling blankets are winning products, thermometers are winning products, swinging ducks are, and you can have some sort of comprehension for what a winning product is. But until you go through it and find a product for yourself that's winning, it will be nearly impossible for you to actually find something that is worthy to sell. I'm saying this with confidence because I've seen it happen throughout the past 6 or 7 years with people I talk to in the DMs, people I meet in person, people I even train one-on-one. They are fixated on just scraping the internet and finding a winning product and making this fat list of products when they have no clue like what they're even looking for. Sure, they have a overall like spreadsheet for things they should look for, like a product margin calculator. They have certain potential things like it needs to solve insecurities and all that, and it could be problem solving and these little bits of category that you can put products into, which is good. However, if you've never done that and if you've never found a winning product on your own and sold it, it's very difficult. It's easy for me. I've been doing this since 2017, so it's very easy for me. But this is a very, very flawed way of dropshipping. And furthermore, if you only find a product and you don't know who you're selling to, how on earth could you make the website, write the copy, make the ads, write everything with intent when you don't even know who the fuck you are selling to? So that's the old way of dropshipping. It's flawed, it's bad, it's not good. Anyone who tells you exactly this roadmap, including myself, my old videos, scratch them, okay? Scratch that. They should not be talking about this because it does not make sense to you as a beginner. I promise you, it is not the roadmap you need. Now, what exactly is? I'll get into that right now. Essentially, all you need to do is add one singular step and your life will be infinitely easier with dropshipping. And it's very simple. Let me get a sip of San Pellegrino. It's in a plastic bottle. I don't know why it's plastic. Should be glass, but one sec. So, what is the first step? Well, it's so simple. Like once you guys hear it, you're gonna be like, oh, duh, but I'll expand on it. So by the end of this video, you just really understand what I'm trying to tell you guys, because this is huge. Like this is a breakthrough moments that I'm comprehending that I want everyone to also understand. And it's kind of late tonight, so I'm kind of just spitballing off the dome right now. So all it is instead of finding your very first winning product, because okay, we've already established you don't know what a winning product is. First, you do research on the niches and audience. Now, I know this sounds weird because it's not like, well, what ad spy tool do I use to find niches? I only know product research tools. That is fine. What you need to do is not think of winning products, but think of winning audiences. So the reason you're going to do this is because you don't want to find a product and then figure out who you want to sell to. That's point blank the reason you're probably failing with dropshipping. Instead, what you want to try and do is try and just think. Just sit down, think by yourself with a freaking notepad. Don't even have your phone on you. Think in a quiet room for like 30 minutes to an hour of all of the different niches in this world that you could potentially sell to. I will give you a few. If you think of something that's broad, something that has passion, something that potentially people can be insecure about, something that has an audience that has disposable income, those are the few things you should think of before picking a niche. But I'll give you an example. The beauty niche, perfect niche. The reason it is perfect is because beauty niche basically gets all of the women into that niche. You can sell most women makeup. 90%, 99% of people or women in America, people who identify as women, it's women. Women in America, I guess guys buy makeup now too, that's kind of weird. But women in America buy makeup. And so knowing that, that is a big, large demographic. So what I would do if I were you is I would sit down and do what I just said. Write out tons of niches and figure out who you want to sell to. So if you pick beauty, beauty is very broad. So then you can think even further and say, what sort of things could I solve for women? What are some of the problems? And you could get into potentially wrinkles, potentially women with baggy eyes, potentially women with small breasts, potentially women with thin lips, or maybe light eyebrows or something along those lines, or whatever the case may be. There are so many little things that you could sell to women that fit into this category, which is insecurities, something that they're passionate about, and something that they have a burning desire to fix. And so when you approach it differently, and let's just say we pick wrinkles for this example. So we're going to solve wrinkles for women. A lot of women, well, all women have wrinkles at one point in their life, which makes it a beautiful niche. What you would then do is you're now looking for products in the wrinkle niche. It's not like you're going on and you're on a little spy tool and just searching for a random product. You're searching with intent because you know exactly who you're selling to. And now you can go out and find 10 to 20 different products for the wrinkle niche, which is what you need to do, because then building the website, writing the copy, making the video ads, all of it becomes infinitely easier because you're not just picking a winning product. You're picking a winning audience that you know is passionate, that you know has money to spend, that you know is insecure about a certain problem. And then you can go in and try a product out. And if it doesn't work, you don't get pissed off. You're not like, fuck, this niche sucks. You move on to a new product, and that's it. And you keep testing new products every single week until one wrinkle product hits. And that is the literal system for how to dropship in 2024. It is the only way you should be doing it, because long term, if I do this system compared to spam testing random products, random niches for 6 months, you know how much information I will learn about wrinkles and selling wrinkle care products in 6 months? It will be infinitely more beneficial to do this than just randomly testing products in all sorts of different niches. Now, I do understand that if you are a beginner, you may not completely comprehend what a winning niche is. So that's why I'm telling you examples so you can think about that. But more specifically, I just want you to do some deep thinking and get creative, because I'm seeing a lot of people sell the same exact product, which is not cool. Like, you want to have some sort of uniqueness and creativity to your brand and overall your dropshipping store. The best way to do it is, instead of looking where everyone else is looking with the paid ads, spy tools and all that, you be a little bit of creative, like you have some creativity in your mind and think differently. For example, well, actually, we'll kind of segue to a different part, but that's pretty much it. I was going to say something. I'm going to hold it for a second video. I want to film a video on this, going even more into depth on niche research. And I'll show you essentially a case study for how I applied this into a store that we just ran up $0 to $1,000 a day in 7 days. We did this last month. Right now it's March 5th. And so, wow, that was a lot of information. But let me kind of collect my thoughts. Basically, all I'm saying is this is the way you should dropship if you don't want to be a noob, if you don't want to be half retarded and do it the old way. Doing it where you pick a product first is fine, but doing deep research beforehand and figuring out who you're selling to before you ever pick a product will just make your life a whole lot easier. Because again, like I said, making a website and making the video ads and editing them, you already know who you're selling to once you do all of this back-end research on niches before you, again, pick your product. So that's pretty much it. Like, that is the way of dropshipping right now. It's the way I'm seeing work for us. And I will show you in the next video that I'm going to post in 5 days, going over exactly this, which is the new way of dropshipping in 2024 and moving forward. So I want you all to be aware that anyone posting a video talking about finding a product first probably doesn't have your best intentions or your best potential rate of success in mind when they make those videos, and they're probably just making them to get views. And so I'm telling you this right now, I'm going to make this next video going over exactly how I applied this blueprint into a new store with you in mind. I don't want to think about myself. I just want to directly show you how this works and how this works in action. I'll show you the research I've done on the niche that I'm actually selling in, and I'll show you the product and the website itself. I will show you everything in this next video, and then I'm gonna film probably a 2 or 3 hour video going over the exact way I do niche research and then pick a product and then start the website and then run the ads and then do everything in between to make sure you know exactly how to dropship. So if this is interesting to you, please subscribe. And with all that said, I will see you guys in 5 days. Whoo, fuck. I just dropped some fucking sauce for 13 minutes straight.